Hey guys, it's your boy New Year Spotty back again with another video, guys. I know it's been like 6 months since I posted, and I said I was coming back, but more stuff just kept happening and happening. And I just lost track of time, so I do go ahead and again apologize about that to you guys. Um, this is gonna be what if Deku had Alex Mercer's powers part 4, and I actually had to go back and watch all the videos again just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes for this part right here. So where we last left off in part 3, Deku had defeated the Nomu, unlocked a new ability with the Bio Cannon. After defeating the Nomu, he absorbed it, and I will say that from this point on, he is 10% stronger than what he was right now. So, and this is of All Might's abilities. So remember, I said he was 50% right now. Now he's 60%, which is still pretty good and exceptional. But we're gonna go ahead and give him one more ability from the Nomu, Shock Absorption, because that is an ability that I think would have fit Alex Mercer's abilities perfectly, because once you work with Alex Mercer enough, he would basically almost become bulletproof. So I'm gonna give him Shock Absorption. And we start off with Deku waking up in the hospital. Deku is waking up confused because the last memory he remembers was Jiro being hurt. So the only thing he's wondering is, while waking up, is Jiro okay? Is everybody else okay? What about my class? I don't remember what happened. A nurse walks in and she says that I'm happy that you're up. She's excited to see that Deku was up, and she runs and says that I'm going to go get your classmates, your friends. And Deku's excited to hear this, given in mind that he's never had much people to care for him, but he's happy to hear that these people in his class actually consider him to be friends. And his classmates barging, running in, and they're happy, they're excited, just like you've seen in My Hero, where Deku was in the hospital for that one time. He went for that one time, and everybody went to go check on him. Well, he's been in the hospital multiple times, but everybody went to go check on him. He's okay. He's been knocked out for 2 whole days so far right now. That's what people tell him. He's been knocked out for 2 whole days. And everybody's they're happy but impressed at the same time, because they're just like, wow, this Nomu was so powerful. And because All Might never went against the Nomu, because All Might never went against the Nomu, his time does not shorten. So he's still 3 hours. He can still do 3 hours a day, because he's able to, he hasn't needed to push his time yet. And I want that to happen, because I honestly think if All Might went against and it's been a year, so I forgot this dude's name, but All For One, if he actually went against All For One when he had his 3 hour time limit, it would have been the fight would have been a little bit more in All Might's favor, let's be honest. So we're gonna go ahead and give that to him. Um, also, Jiro runs in and jumps and hugs on Deku in his hospital bed, and Deku is just happy and hugs her, and because he realizes that she's okay. He's happy. He was wondering what happened. I thought you were hurt, and she explains to him, while being on top of him, that that he healed her, and this a new ability that he's been able to make surprises Deku. Given in mind he's always returned, he had a monstrous ability. For what he knows, all his weapons have been good for attack. That's what they've been good for. So he's had to think more as a tactician to make sure he never hurt anybody too much. But now he hears that he has an ability where he can heal a fatally injured person, which makes him very emotional, very happy, especially when it comes to Jiro, because he really does care for Jiro. He likes Jiro a lot. After this, the principal walks into the room, and so does All Might, and All Might congratulates him, and so does the principal, for protecting his friends, though he does get scolded because he should have waited for heroes. But after Aizawa was too injured and no other hero was showing up, they understood that they didn't have a choice at the time. And let's say after this is the phase where they get the days off break, and this one is around the part where Deku beats Shigaraki, but we're not going to have him meet Shigaraki because it's not that important in this what if series. Instead, we're gonna have Deku actually asking Jiro out for a date. And because they're hanging out, Jiro really just likes to hang out. Or Deku just likes to really hang out with Jiro. He actually has had time to hang out with Ida, Uraraka, pretty much most people like from the class. And so he for a day or two, for a day, and he's going on a date with Jiro, and they're at a diner right now, and they're sitting down, enjoying the time, enjoying the food. When Deku recognizes a person, a woman, sitting across from them, and he doesn't know why she looks so familiar because the last time he ever saw this person, he was a baby. And he looks over to see, and Jiro looks over to see, and he's just like, "Oh, y'all two look kind of alike." And that's when it hit Deku that was his mother, and he knows that his mother abandoned him because of his quirk. He knows that, and he was told that. He was literally, kids made fun of him when he was living in a homeless shelter. People made fun of him because they knew that because of his quirk, that his family, the only family he ever had, abandoned him. Because his mother abandoned him. His father. Let's just say his father did too. Let's just say having that baby born, having Deku being born in this world was enough for the father to run away from that life, period. So we're not going to say the father, but the mother never left the city. So she was always, near her son, but she never went to go see her son. But she never knew where she was and where he was anyway after he left the homeless shelter. But still, though, it's a terrible mother. But though, when Deku turns around, so does she. So does his mother. And I forgot her name, guys. Put her name in the comments for me because I really don't remember what her name was. And she's wondering why this boy, a 15 years old, 16 at the time, 15, 16, is staring at her. And, he just looks away to make sure, it's not for too long and it's not too awkward. But, he knows that's his mother. He can feel it. He can feel it in his bones. Like, this is my mother right here. This is the person that abandoned me. But this is the person that I also want to accept me. Because Deku thinks at this point in time that, given my he's been accepted by so many other people right now, because of his abilities, he actually thinks that if he actually just gets to talk to his mother, if he actually gets explain to his mother what type of life he's had in the years he's been without her, then maybe she would accept him and maybe they could be a family. Because the only family he's known is John. And don't get me wrong, he knows John. John is, his father. Not biologically, but that is his father. But every boy needs his mother. So, or every child needs their mother. I'll say it like that. And he actually musters up enough courage to stand up, walk over to her, and just say hey at first. And, she responds awkwardly, hey. And he says, I'm Izuku. Immediately, her mother face just kind of dropped. Her face just dropped. Because she had a smile at first, because it was like an awkward smile, but then it dropped. And then she backs up in fear. Literally backs up in fear because she knows what quirk her son has. She knows what his armored form looks like. Both his parents did, but they abandoned him they abandoned him because of it. They thought he was a monster. So she screams out in pain, and Deku is just trying to talk to her. Like, just let her know, like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I just want to talk to you. And she's screaming for him to get back because she's tormented and afraid because she couldn't believe that, because like I said, it was the armored form that she saw first. Then she saw the baby form, but she saw the armored form first, and that's what scared her. She saw what he was capable of. That's what scared her. And that being said, while she's, screaming and yelling that because he's a monster, and he's just being tormented because he's throwing things at him, and Deku's just taking it. She's throwing silverware, food plates, whatever she could grab to throw at him. And Deku he's not feeling any of it because, one, he has shock absorption, and two, his body's too built sturdy enough for it. But it's not that he's hurt physically, he's hurt emotionally. Because his mother is literally so afraid of him. She's backing up in fear and throwing things at him like he's about to attack her. And he's letting her know, I'm not. I'm not about to attack you. I'm not going to hurt you. I promise you I won't hurt you. And then Deku has a flashback to when he was going against the boys. And you actually see, I'm talking about from part 1 when he was out the shelter and these boys were about to jump him and he killed them, and he started thinking to himself, maybe I am a monster. Because of that one event that happened to him, that one mistake that he had made. And really it wasn't self-defense, but he didn't have to take it that far, but he blacked out. And then just recently he did it again. And then he thought to himself again, like, what if I black out again? He's just rambling in his head, what if I am the monster? And then out of nowhere, the thinking and the yelling and the screaming just stops when Jiro slaps his mother and explains to her that her son is a hero. Explains that Izuku has saved lives. Izuku has saved her life twice. He saved his whole class from being attacked by villains, and that's when everybody around, and she's screaming this, so everybody around this is listening right now. And they hear this, and they're just like, oh, this is the boy who beat the villains. Because everybody heard the rumor of it. They just didn't know who it was. They heard the rumor that students were beating villains, that they were that powerful. And they heard specifically of one student showing out more than others, and that was Izuku, that was Deku. And they just like, oh, that's hero, and they just, they're just happy to see such a productive hero, young hero at that, to do feats that even some pro heroes would struggle. And the crowd attention kind of turns to him, and they'd be like to his mother, because people are asking, that's his mother? How could she not like her son? How could she not love her son? Her son is wonderful. She's hearing all this. Izuku's mother is hearing all this, and she is just like, she's in disbelief that people are saying this, because what she remembered from her son was just a shell, an armored figure of a monster, or something that wasn't even looking human, if you would say. But some people in this world, give in mind you, in this world, were not born looking all the way human. It's just the fact that he looked villainous. And everybody else kind of understood it. And I'm sorry, my words are getting crossed up. I'm making up things on the spot. But Jiro then finally yells that just because somebody has something or looks some type of way, that does not mean that you can judge them, because your son is the best person I've ever met, and I love him. And when Jiro says that, she didn't mean to. She didn't mean that. She was just in the moment. She didn't mean, like, she feels that way, but she didn't mean to say it right then and there, because she really did have strong feelings for Deku. And Deku heard this, and he's just, that everything else just that he stopped thinking for a second. He heard love. The only person who ever said that they loved Deku was John, his father. That was it. Nobody ever in life besides John said they love him. And to hear it again made Deku very, very happy and forget about everything. He actually tears up when he hears it, and he is happy. His mother right now is so distraught, so surprised by the events that has happened, because she thought that her son was a monster. But now to hear that her son is a hero, and that people are literally welcoming him with open arms, she doesn't know what to think. So she runs and takes off to leave with her thoughts. And in this time frame, after this, Deku is still hurt. He's hurt because he just witnessed his mother run away from him again. But this time, with people around him saying that it's going to be okay, that you're going to do great things, and to turn around to Jiro, who gives him a big hug and says that I will always be with you and I won't leave you. And this makes Deku so happy. He embraces her hug, and then the two look at each other. And finally, for the first time, they kiss. And we're going to end it right there, you guys. This is What If Deku Had Alex Mercer's Powers Part 4. I know there wasn't any action in this, but I want there to be more story than there is action, because you guys know in these what ifs, you know, if you just go by the action, the story is going to be over. So I want to give this a little bit more story. So thank you guys. I love you guys. Always do, always will. Thank you for watching my content. Shout out to the main guy, Ryan Trunky, and I always will in my videos, because he's the one that inspired me to do this. So you guys check out his stuff. Ryan Trunky, RAYANE space TRUNKYU. A lot of you guys know who I'm talking about. Just go check that guy up. He's very good at what if videos. All right, guys, this is your boy New Year's Spotty, and I'm out. See you guys tomorrow.